Hello and welcome to this week's video. You're a little bit more up close and personal with my face today because I'm going to be doing an updated everyday makeup routine. I haven't done one of these in ages because a lot of the products I was using were exactly the same for like 3 years. Over the past couple of months I've really been trying to use up some of these older products and try some new products, and I've really been enjoying these ones. So I thought I'd film a little makeup video. Let's get into it. So for base I'm using the Chichi Fabulous and Flawless foundation. I used this in a recent get ready with me and I still really like it. Let's get some done. I just put way too much on my forehead. So a lot of the time I just leave it there for foundation now. I used to always use concealer, but recently I've been like, no, I'm gonna let my skin just look a little bit more like real skin. So this foundation doesn't have a super full coverage. You can still see, you know, like a little bit of the dark circles peeking through and like a few pimples poking through. But you know what, I kind of don't mind it. I don't really feel like I have to wear heaps of makeup every day. So often I'll stop there, but if I'm looking particularly tired under the eyes or have a big pimple that I want to cover up, would have been using is a little bit of the Benefit Erase Paste, and I just put that on top of my foundation. It comes with a little scraper, but I just use my finger. I think I'll start with like under the eyes and then a little bit on this juicy sucker. And I'm using a different finger now that I've touched my pimple, just to keep everything nice and clean in here. Use clean fingers. And then I just like to tap it in. I was reading you can like smush it between your fingers to warm up the product. So it is a brightening concealer, but I just use it on my pimples because this No. 1 Fair is quite a good match for me. It doesn't look too like brightened, I think. I hope. One thing I have noticed is when I put it under my eyes, sometimes I do get a little bit of mascara rubbing off, but I usually just give my eyes a little wipe and it's sweet as. And then to set it all, shockingly, I have a new powder. No more Rimmel Stay Matte. This is an e.l.f. HD powder. Got this a couple of weeks ago and I really like it. It's just a clear color. And I actually use a tiny little brush for putting my powder on because I like to get it, you know, like under the eyes and just around the nose and stuff, and like in my chin crevice. So this little brush is perfect for that. I really like this powder. It's really fine, so you never see it showing up on the skin, and it keeps it matte for a really long time, which I like. Thumbs up. And then for brows, I have two new loves. This little combo here. The first is this Benefit Gimme Brow in color number 3, and then this is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil in color number 4, so it's a little bit darker. The packaging itself is beautiful, but the products inside are the best thing about it. Like, they're so good. I start out with the Gimme Brow, which is just, you know, a little coloured brow mascara. So it just gives everything a nice comb and a little bit of colour, and you can see already it looks pretty good. Sometimes I'll just wear that by itself, but most of the time go in with the Goof Proof Pencil. I always get the spoolie on the first try. Is there like a way of knowing which end it's on? I suppose it's got a number. The pencil and I just fill in any gaps. Because I've used the Gimme Brow first, it means I'm not using excess of this and then end up with a really strong brow look when I put it on. So I just put a little bit in a few strategic places. Like this eyebrow, it doesn't really have like the same peak as this one, so I try to even it out a bit. And that's the brows. Next, for my cheeks, I've really simplified my cheek routine on a day-to-day basis. I was using, you know, contour, blush, highlighter, which I can do really quickly, but recently I've just been using this Estee Lauder Genuine Glow blush stick. I guess you could put this under your powder, but I've really had no problems with it sitting funny on top of powders. Dab it on, then I just tap until it's all blended out. Because it is a cream, I feel like it does give a little bit of shine, dewiness to the cheeks that you don't get with just a powder blush. Oh my gosh. Onto mascara. So I talked about a Chichi mascara in our previous favorites video, and then I got the roller lash and I've been using this every day. It's so good. It's a little bit finer than the Chichi Magic Lash. It really separates your lashes and it doesn't add a heap of volume, but it adds just enough volume with lots of length and separatingness, goodness, and I really like it. So let's get some of this on. And then a lot of the time I just stop with mascara in terms of eye makeup. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of winged liner on or a little bit of eyeshadow, but to be honest, 80% of the time, just mascara. And then the final touch is a little bit of lipstick and some reason I didn't get one out when I prepared, so what I'm gonna do, get into my handbag, see what's in there. I feel like that's always a good test of what lipstick you've actually been wearing because you carry it around with you. I suspect there could be a lot in here. So some of my favorites are the Collection Fig Delight lipstick. This Benefit Duo one, which is Nude Scandal Beyond Sexy lipstick and liner in one. If I've been wearing a red recently, it's been the Rouge Edition Velvet by Bourjois. Actually thought there was another lipstick in here. Ooh, there is. And this one's the Antipodes in Queenstown Hot Chocolate. I think I might go with this one today. Just for a neutrally browny shade, as you can imagine from the name Hot Chocolate. So this is one of their matte lipsticks, so right up my street. And that's the final makeup look. I know it's a lot simpler than a lot of tutorials on YouTube, but I just wanted to share what I actually use and do every day. I can usually do all of this in about 10 minutes and get out to the door to work, which if you've seen our Get Ready With Me video, you know I like to sleep in a little bit longer rather than doing lots of makeup. So if you enjoyed this, give the video a thumbs up and we will see you next time. Bye!